What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Yeah, this one's gonna be a quick one for you, but I just wanted to take the time to show you guys how I like to cook my lobster tails when I cook them on the grill. And then obviously I wanted to do a grilled artichoke with this one as well, because I personally love artichokes. But yeah, I didn't take the GoPro with me on this particular dive. The main reason being it was kind of surgy this evening or into the night, and a lot of the times when you're lobster diving and it's, you know, end of season, or, you know, you're in kind of pressured spots, you don't really have time to kind of film the lobster before trying to grab them. As soon as they see that light, they'll spook, or, you know, if there's a lot of surge and you see them with the light, you only have a few seconds to kind of position yourself, make that drop, be able to get, you know, one hand on them, and then, you know, wrangle them out of whatever they're in. Sometimes if they're in eelgrass, they'll disappear but before you have a chance to grab them and film them. So sorry about that, didn't bring the GoPro with me this time. But yeah, long story short, ended up being a great dive with some friends. I ended up getting a lobster that was just shy of 6 pounds. It was like 5.8 pounds when we weighed it, and then another one that was just around 4 pounds. So definitely the biggest lobster I have caught in many years, so was really stoked about that. But yeah, so we definitely took the time to take care of this big lobster. We wanted to cook it on the grill, and get those nice char marks on it, and yeah, it turned out fantastic. So yeah, so with this video, it's just me showing you how I like to prepare the lobster tail, put it on the grill, and then obviously the grilled artichoke. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this one. Before I cut to that section, I do want to remind you guys, if you haven't seen my other videos, that my full-time job is a loan officer. So if you guys are interested in buying a house and, you know, you're not sure how to get qualified for a loan, or not sure what you qualify for, or just have any general questions about how to get into a home loan, because it can be really confusing, especially if you've never done it before, shoot me an email down below. It's fluentmortgage@gmail.com. I'll respond to you from my work email, and I can answer any questions you guys have about that. Or if you guys already own a house and, you know, you just have questions about refinancing, whether it's to consolidate debt, get cash out, lower your interest rate, get rid of private mortgage insurance, all sorts of different things. But yeah, any questions like that, you guys, would love to help you out. Shoot me an email down below. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, please click that subscribe button if you guys like the content. Definitely helps out with, you know, knowing what kind of stuff you guys want to see on the channel. Also, really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month. That would be awesome. That's my goal. So yeah, help me out with that one. Like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this one. Thanks. All right, so here is that lobster tail right here. Like I said, we already cleaned it, got it prepped to put in the boiling water here. So what I like to do when I cook lobster tail on the barbecue, you don't have to do this, but I do like to throw it in the boiling water for about 30 seconds on an average size tail. But as you guys can see, this is not an average size tail. This one's definitely gonna take a little bit longer to cook. You guys can see right here that it is a male lobster. I don't know what these are called, but the female ones are a lot bigger, and they have little flaps right here to hold the eggs. But yeah, so I'll probably boil it for about, I don't know, 2 minutes. And what that does is when I pull it out of the boiling water, I like to cut it right down the middle, completely in half, and it kind of separates the meat from the shell. So that way when I throw it on the barbecue, I can baste it with that garlic butter, and it kind of filters in between the meat and the shell and just kind of cooks from underneath also. What you have to watch out for while you're doing that, you have to be standing next to the barbecue, because obviously butter causes flare-ups, and obviously if it's flaring up and burning the lobster, it's going to cook uneven. So be very careful with when you're basting it. Don't just dump it all over. The grill's going to light on fire. Don't do that. So add a little bit of garlic butter 3 or 4 times. It'll probably take another 5 minutes on the barbecue, and that will be fantastic. And yeah, with the same thing with the artichoke. I threw it in the boiling water for about 15 minutes. I'm going to cut it in half and then put that face down on the barbecue first. And then, yeah, once that's kind of getting ready to be done, the easiest way to tell with the artichoke is kind of pulling the leaves. If they pop off easily, just taste one of them. Usually a good sign that it's done. We got half a stick of butter right here. We'll probably add more. I just got it sitting in here on low heat, just kind of melting down. We do have our artichoke here. I'm gonna boil that for about 15 minutes. I'm gonna pull it off, cut it in half, and then throw it on the grill with the lobster tail. Look at that. So that's been maybe about a minute and a half. Oh gosh. So I'm gonna pull that out, and then I'm gonna cut it in half once it cools down a little bit, and then we're gonna throw it on the grill. So here is that lobster. Honestly, this one is definitely a lot more red than the normal spiny lobster that we have here. Even after they get cooked, they're normally not this bright. So this is a kind of a cool looking lobster tail. But yeah, so I cooked it in there for about a minute and a half. I'm gonna chop it in half now. And then, like I said, we got the grill going outside. I'm gonna put it face down before I add any butter, just to get those nice char marks, just make sure it's cooked right in the middle. Then I'll flip it over shell side down, and that's when I'll baste it with our garlic butter right here. I did add a little bit of salt to that, but that's it. It's just butter, garlic, and a little bit of salt. And then, yeah, just baste that probably 2 or 3 times, and it'll take probably 5-8 minutes to cook this. All right, let's see if I can do this in one try. This is kind of a gnarly one. Obviously, you guys, when you cut them in half, there's 2 different ways. You can have a sharp knife and cut through them very carefully, or you can go with shears and break the shell first before hitting it with a knife. But I've done this a few times. Just kind of pick a spot where the knife's not going to slip, and once you break the shell like that, then you're safe, right? So make sure your fingers are clear. It's very easy to slip off either side. Always be careful with a knife. But yeah, so just like that, do that portion of it. You can flip it around and then finish it off going the other direction. It should be still rare in the center, which is what you want to see, because you want to finish the cooking on the grill or the barbecue. Just like that's exactly how you want to see it. Do you guys see? There's that really thin cooked line around the shell, and you see it kind of separating from the shell. If it's not cooked, that's still stuck to the shell. It won't go through there. So that's what I was talking about. When you go to baste it, that butter is going to fall down in there. And here we have the artichoke that I boiled for about 15 minutes. I cut it in half, and then I use a knife and just cut out the center there, that like real fine hairy stuff you don't want to eat. Cut that out. Yeah, I haven't done this one yet, so you can see it right there. Take your time on this part. You definitely don't want to leave any of this stuff in there because it is not pleasant to eat. But yeah, most of it should pop out in one easy piece. Sometimes there is a little bit left right there in the bottom, but yeah, you can kind of get that out pretty easy. But yeah, I'm gonna hit that with a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I'm gonna put it face down on the grill also. Just before I pull it off, I'm gonna flip it over and then just load it with that garlic butter. All right, so we made it out to the grill here. I have it kind of set at like 450 right now. I do want it kind of high heat for that artichoke because I don't really necessarily want it to cook any longer. I just want to get those nice like char marks on there. But yeah, just throw it on there, get those char marks, flip it over, throw the butter on there, and that should be done. They should both take about probably 5 to 8 minutes. So yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Talking to me.
What is it saying?
That it's almost ready to be flipped. All right, so the artichoke, we just throw a bunch of that garlic butter on there, so that's almost done. These big lobster tails, or I guess it's just the one, is taking a little bit longer to cook than I expected, so that's definitely going to come off a little bit after. But as you can see, I'm just cooking it meat side down for right now, just get that nice char on it, and then probably in another minute or two, I'm going to flip them over. Close this lid once I pull the artichokes off, and then just baste it maybe every minute for the next, I don't know, 4 to 5 minutes, and that should be perfect for this. We got our garlic butter, we got our artichoke here. The lobster's taking a little bit longer to cook than expected, so we are just gonna snack on this, and then I'm gonna run back outside. Obviously you need some fresh squeezed lemon on there. And let the boys try it.
Outside chunk, inside garlicky chunks.
The good chunk.
In the garlic butter. It's good.
In the garlic butter.
Fantastic.
I like the narration.
You're not supposed to eat the whole deal. Yeah, you know.
Did you really?
I tried.
It seemed edible. Almost edible.
That lemon's super good on there. Almost edible. Dylan went for the whole leaf. That's bold. It's a bold strategy. Go for the 3 leaf.
Yeah, it seems only the bottom.
Yeah, it's really good. It's the barbecue butters.
Yeah, it's the best part.
Not a bad appetizer. So if you guys can see, I did kind of make it like a cut, like kind of butterfly it down the middle, because these lobster tails are so like fat that I thought it would help cook more evenly like that. So it looks like it's coming along good though. That looks fantastic. The inside still looks a little rare, but as you guys can see, you see that butter right there just kind of bubbling. That's why I like boiling it a little bit before. And it does kind of open that shell up a little more. But sometimes it helps too if you guys are noticing that like the shell's not sitting upright enough and the butter's falling off. Kind of prop them up against each other. I did that earlier, but now the meat kind of shrunk, so I don't have to do that anymore. But you can prop the lobster up against each other. There we have our lobster off of the barbecue. I think making that cut with these bigger tails definitely helps. Definitely got that even cook on the inside. I haven't cooked one this large on the barbecue before. Normally I'll pull it out of the shell, chop it up into chunks, and put it in pasta or fried rice or something like that. But this looks fantastic. Obviously got to end it with a little bit of lemon. Oh, and then the easiest way to eat, there's 3 of us eating this one. The easiest way I've found to eat it is just grab some forks and just start digging in. Sometimes you got to use your hands. It doesn't come out of the shell too easily sometimes, but yeah, so we'll just dig in, see how it tastes.
Hands, probably better.
That looks insane. Giant chunk.
Damn.
That's ridiculous.
Really good.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Right.
Butterfinger, we're going in with the fingers. It's way easier to just get in there after it, but honestly, that's fantastic. Reaction.
Very nicely done.
Incredible.
Looks good. Wow. Thanks, Adam.
Super good. Inside is still super tender.
We've been snacking on the lobster. The easiest way we found to go at it was just here. Yeah, and Shannon will show you. Just digging in there, and you can. It kind of like pulls out like little like layer by layer, like piece by piece.
Yeah, flakes out.
Yeah, what do you think, Shannon? Well, we'll start with Dylan. He's chewing.
Dude, it was really, really good. Like, looking at it when it was done, it had that char mark all the way across it, and it was almost intimidating at first, but then you go to eat it, and that was by far the best part. When you would get the char with the inside, that was tender, so you did an incredible job cooking it, for sure.
All right, well, thanks, dude.
Yeah, those little gristly bits are kind of like tri-tip ends, grill ends, and they're fantastic. They're little like bacon morsels, ocean bacon morsels. It's delicious.
I love that ocean bacon. Yeah, I guess a little bit of the flare-ups is okay. It definitely left those little char marks on there, and it being this big of a lobster tail, I guess made it pretty easy to keep the inside still that really like tender, moist, delicious like flavor. But yeah. Man, we'll have to do that again. I think Dylan had a great idea. Leave a comment down below if you guys have ever tried this, but he said, Ollie, what'd you say to try it with?
We need to do it with some grilled pineapple. Either somehow do it with it or on the side. I just feel like the flavors will go great together.
I love that idea. Yeah, we'll have to work that in on the next one. Some grilled pineapple with lobster. Sounds fantastic. But yeah, thanks for watching this one, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
See you guys.